And in years past, primary election voting has been on a slowing trend.
Oregon Secretary of State says today 35% of registered Jackson County voters cast ballots in this year's primary. Newswatch 12's Tim Quintadamo is digging into the numbers today.
Yeah, Tim, what do the primary numbers tend to suggest about general election turnout?
Haley, Jerry, primaries generally see much lower turnout than general elections come November. Taking a look back since 2016, we can start to notice some trends with voter turnout, and that can give us a rough idea of how many voters we can expect to see cast ballots this November. So let's take a county by county look at voter turnout in our region. We'll start in Jackson County, where turnout for primary elections has been sitting around 34% for those primaries. Here we see that more than 3/4 of registered voters cast ballots in the last two presidential elections, 2016 and 2020. We even see an increase from those years. If that trend continues, we can expect around 80% of voters to return ballots in November. In 2020, more than 47% of voters participated in the primary election in Jackson County. This year, that number is sitting at just over 35%, a 12% decline. In Josephine County, we see similar trends with right around 75% of voters participating in the last two general elections with a presidential vote. As far as the primary, voter turnout has stayed between 38 and 44% for the last four primaries, including this year at just over 39%. On to Klamath County, general election turnout has been slowly ticking down over the years. You see more than a 2% decrease from 2016 to 2020 and about a 4% decrease from 2018 to 2022. Voters on the coast in Curry County have remained pretty consistent casting their ballots in general elections, despite a more than 17% increase in registered voters between 2016 and 2020. Those numbers sitting just above 80% for general elections in a presidential year. And in Lake County, more than 2/3 of voters consistently participate in November elections. This year, only 38% of registered voters in Lake County had their ballots counted in the primary so far. That's 9% less than last year's primary, but mail-in ballots will keep slowly pushing voter turnout numbers up as long as they are postmarked before the deadline.